What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Epic Entertainment Critics. I'm Antoine. All right, so I did a little reaction for the Creed 3 trailer. The movie looked like it's gonna be good, but I did have a couple of problems with it. And the thing is, and I had been trying to look stuff up online about the plot of Creed 3. That's why I'm making this video, dude, because I want to talk about what's the movie about, and is it gonna be better than the other two? And are they gonna give us something we ain't seen? And I'm talking about the Rocky series through the Creed. So it's six Rocky movies plus two Creed. So it's been 8 movies. Are they gonna give us something we ain't seen in 8 movies? And it's almost like, what else can you do? It's about a boxer. Can he win or lose or whatever? So I started trying to look up the plot and try to kind of say, because when I saw the trailer, I was like, man, I pretty much feel like I saw the movie. That was my problem. Like, the movie looked good, but the movie looks simple. It looks like uh, a very simple plot of stuff that I seen before. So I was like, wait, it's got to be a little more to it. So I started trying to look up the plot or whatever, and then every video I see, it's about how much Jonathan Majors worked out and Michael B. Jordan got how they got jacked up for this role, what they do for their workouts and all that. And I was like, that's cool, but what about the movie plot? I can't find nothing about this plot of this movie. When I look up videos, I was like, usually people talk, they'll make their videos about the plot, like, oh yeah, I think this movie is about this. I think this movie is about that. I didn't get none of that. I got like I said, it was all about their workouts, and it was like, okay, it ain't like Jonathan Majors wasn't already in shape. He already was kind of jacked. He just got bigger because his previous every movie he always somehow his shirt come off somehow because he's real cut or whatever. But he never was that. He bigger than he were. He's bigger than he was, but he's never not been jacked anyway. So it's like that's not even a surprise. It'd be different if they took a guy that was already either out of shape or skinny or whatever, and he got all jacked up. That'd be pretty. That'd be impressive. But we already looking at somebody who's already in shape. So I'm not. That's not even a big deal. Michael B. Jordan been in good shape ever since the first Creed. So that's no surprise there either. Like even in Black Panther, where he was since that Black Panther movie, he's been pretty jacked. So like, okay, seeing them work out, it's like, okay, seen it. What is this movie about? And I couldn't really get too much on it, So I'm gonna kind of break down this trailer, and I got some thoughts, but I feel like they really didn't have much. And when I really thought about it and watched it again, I think it is very similar to Rocky 3. The plot points in Rocky 3. And I started thinking about it because I started thinking about Rocky 3. So Dame is pretty much Clubber Lang. And he just not related to Clubber Lang, but his character seems like he's going to be pretty much Clubber Lang. So let's kind of look through this trailer and see if you can pick up on the clues. I got the clues. But see if you can pick up on the clues on that. So I'm not going to just rewatch it. I'm just going to kind of skim through it a little bit. But it's some points that when I see things, I'm like, okay, that's Rocky 3. I know some people might not have revisited Rocky 3 in a while, but let's see here.
Bianca, Rocky, my dad.
So look.
This was built on their shoulders.
So look, hold on, it's one scene, but I guess I ain't got. But they showed basically that's how Rocky 3 started. Hold
in
on.
My life, living out my wildest dreams.
Okay, so oops. Sorry, I ain't got all my camera set. I messed up. Anyway, that's how Rocky 3. That's how Rocky 3 started, showing his success, knocking people out. And remember, Rocky was kind of a grimy fighter in 1 and 2, and on 3 he became after he became champion. 3 just picked up from 2 where he was successful. He was on magazines. He was on talk shows. He was promoting. He was promoting like watches. He was. They showed him on the on what was it on the Muppets and stuff. You know, he became big time. You know, he became a big celebrity, and he was. And that's kind of Mick was kind of like, man, you ain't hungry no more. You know, you a celebrity. You know, and that's kind of like what they showing her. Or he's big time. He's a big time celebrity. He's on Forbes. So I'm guessing he not only just box, he's also doing another business. And let's not forget I don't know if he was inherited any money from Apollo, but his mother was still well off. Apollo Creed's widow was still well off. So he was still, you know, good. I don't know if it looks like he's also took that money and you know, look like he's doing a lot of business there. So it looks like he's very successful businessman as well as a boxer, which you could say, you know, Rocky was there too on 3, and that was kind of the issue where he lost his hunger because he was just so, you know, successful. So I think they kind of doing some of the stuff there with that, and I'm like, okay, I like that idea. But let me push on and then tell you those similarities as I go on.
Bianca, Rocky, my dad. This was built on their shoulders.
Hey, my man, can I help you?
Let me get an autograph.
Nah, I ain't signing no autographs, but you get off my car.
You don't remember me, huh?
Damien. How long were you locked up?
18 years, bro. Just got out last week.
Glad to have you back out, huh?
I know I've been away a long time, but I kept myself in shape. I still got gas in the tank.
Come by the gym. Thank you.
So, okay, so the difference is, big difference, but that's it. Well, I guess it is. It's a big difference is the bad guy knows the protagonist, you know, Adonis, instead of Clubber Lang didn't know Rocky personally, but you can already see the intimidation, right? He's sitting on his car, you know, can I get an autograph, you know, all that. It's kind of like a little, he's messing with him a little bit, you know, and that's kind of like how Clubber Lang started off with Rocky. He started coming to his press conferences, and you know, he was going to Rocky fights and Rocky press conference. If you see at the beginning, it's a montage of Rocky doing good. So they show Rocky knocking people out, Rocky being on talk shows, and Clubber Lang was like, you know, watching him, you know, and Rocky didn't know who he was, and you know, he came to his the speech, and then, you know, he just interrupted his speech and provoked him. You know, that was Clubber Lang tactic. You know, I want to fight Rocky because Rocky was getting ready to retire anyway, and he could have vacated the title, but Clubber Lang was like, no, I want to beat the champion, which it's some boxers used to do back in the day. Now they just fight. It's so many belts now, it ain't even, you know, it's ridiculous now. But before, you felt like a champion didn't feel like they was all the way to champion until they beat the current champion. And so Clubber Lang wanted to beat Rocky. That was his thing. And so he's provoking him, you know. So if everybody remember the infamous taunt, the taunting of Rocky, where Clubber Lang was basically, you know, talking stuff to him, saying that he wasn't fighting nobody. He was fighting bums, and he was fighting tomato cans, and his fights, you know, he was fighting has-beens and never will be's and all that. And then Rocky was like, all right, whatever, wasn't taking the bait. And then he came after his wife like, hey, woman, hey, I bet you lay up all night thinking about a real man. Well, come on to my apartment, and I'm gonna show you what a real man feel like. Hey, man, they got to do something for Clubber Lang. I'm sorry, man. That was a character. That was some of the best Rocky moments with Clubber Lang. But because ain't nobody never talked to Adrian like that. And if you looking for a fight, Go ahead and talk to somebody's wife like that. Yeah, okay, it's about to be a fight. But yeah, you can see some taunting there and him trying to provoke, Creed the same way. Clubber Lang was trying to taunt and provoke Creed. I mean, taunt and provoke Rocky. So I see the similarities there. The difference is he know him from back in the day, and that's cool. That's cool. So I'm gonna move on and then bring up some more points. Let's see.
Curious what happened with you two.
I didn't tell you. We was like brothers. I was the best though, but I never got a chance to prove that.
That's cute.
I know what you're doing, Donnie.
You don't want this to do nothing. Damien's fighting the war on these.
Okay, so right there, they kind of giving away a little too much. I'm giving you. I can feel like I know the whole the direction they going with that plot. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we cool. Damien gonna come in to his life and start acting like, he's gonna be friends with him because that's his old friend, and he's probably not gonna say you owe me, but he's gonna bring up all the old times where he helped him. So that's already kind of like a psychological thing. Now a person already feeling like, shit, yeah, I do owe this person. I can't, all the stuff he done for me before. So it's kind of like, it's a way of somebody saying you owe me without saying it, right? So, if you owe me, but then I don't say you owe me, but I say the stuff that I did, that's just me telling you, I did that. So you was going to reciprocate or what? So it was kind of like, I guess, and I figured they got arrested. Dame took the charge, and they did something together, or whatever, and or maybe Donis did it, and Dame took the charge, and Damien took the charge, and Creed, Adonis got out, or whatever. So it's kind of like that is kind of like you owe me, because I could have been like, hey, he did it too, but I took the charge by myself. So I mean, I can see why a person would feel like they owe them, because you wouldn't have none of this. You'll be in jail with me if I didn't take that charge, And so I mean, I can see Dane he got a chip on his shoulder. He got a grudge. 18 years, that's a long time. He probably like, well, I guess he in his late 20s, couldn't have an amateur career. So I guess you can go pro when you get out of jail. I guess maybe depend on the crime. I don't know how that worked. Back in the day, it was different though. You could fight in jail. Like they had professional fighters that was actually serving a sentence. That was crazy. But now, pretty sure it's more rules against that. But you'll lose a lot of time, if you're in jail. So 18 years is a long. I can't imagine what crime they did being that young to get him locked up for 18 years. It looked like they was like 10 or 11. So God, what you do to get locked up for 18 years, bro? So I can see the you owe me stuff. So this is the original stuff. This ain't from Rocky 2. Rocky 3. But you can see where this is going though. This they whole relationship. How long are they gonna do this? Hold this over your head deal, how long they gonna do that? I don't know. But I could tell you, I don't think it's gonna last that long, because you can see that Dame was out of control. He was going too hard in the sparring. And then everybody else gonna be like, this dude dangerous, get him out of here. Oh no, that's my boy, I owe him. Everybody, you don't owe him, he's too dangerous or whatever, It's one of those deals where I vouch for him. I brought him in, I'll vouch for him, and now he's out of control. He's hurting everybody else around me. So now I got to take care of him. I got to get him out of here, and I got to do it. It's my responsibility, which I can understand that, which makes it a cool story. But I said before in my first trailer reaction, I hope they do something more with Damien than just making him a bully. Because he could just be a bully and just come in and, he could just come in and start kicking people around and trying to take his girl and all that stupid stuff. But make him more, not one note. Just don't make him a mustache twirling villain that just come in and do all that crap. Make me feel for him, you know. I feel like that'll make the story more heavy. If I feel that, damn, I kind of don't want Dame to lose because the way they wrote this, I feel for him, you know. So we'll see. So let me watch a little bit more and show you some other similarities I'm talking about.
He's trying to hurt people.
I vouch for you. You think you mad? Try spending half your life in a cell. Watching somebody else live your life. I'm coming for everything.
You threatening me?
Something is going on with you.
Damien was like family.
Now we past talking.
Then maybe you just have to find him.
I wonder what he did to put him in that position. Beat up one of his friends or something in the ring. Oh, don't tell me did he kill that guy? I'm thinking about now they mixing up stuff. So is that from 4? If that guy died, because that dude did look laid out. But no, if that guy died, maybe they kind of go in there. Like he's so out of control, which I'm thinking like how they let that happen. Oh, he got blood all on his shirt too. I don't know. I'm thinking in the sport. I mean, it can happen though. Don't get me wrong. But I'm thinking like, of course, in a movie, but now the referees are real protective of fighters, and sometimes they stop the fight even when the dude look like they could continue. But I mean, it don't get me wrong, it can happen. But is Michael B. Jordan, Adonis, feel like he's so out of control, I got to stop him. He's hurting people in the ring. That ain't your job, though. If he become a professional fighter and he's hurting people in the ring, that you have no control over that. You know what I'm saying? He's not fighting dirty. You know, if he just good and he hurting people in the ring, that's up to the boxing. That's the boxing commission and the referees and the judge. Like, you know what I'm saying? That ain't your job. Now there's one scene where he said, "I'm coming for everything." Like how? What do you mean? Yeah. I guess he mean like he won his title, and and that's a good way to provoke him into giving him a title shot. 'Cause I'm feeling like, how long he gonna be out of jail? Unless he been fighting, and I don't see how Michael B. Jordan wouldn't know. Unless he been fighting and he already got a record, like you got to work your way up through the rankings to get that title shot. But I think a person can give a fight to a low ranked fighter if they want to. Usually you have to work your way up through the rankings, at least be ranked number 4. But I was wondering, like, if he just got out of jail, and like, they're going to do a montage of past times. It's going to be a couple of years or whatever, I'm guessing, of him fighting professional fights. But I'm just starting to think how, how's he going to get to the point where you got to stop him? And I mean, I feel like that's where they're going with that. But I'm like, he's a professional fighter, though. That's, all the risk. People know the risk when they go in the ring, and you ain't the only one that, you ain't the one that can. I just don't see how it's up to you. I unleashed this beast, and I got to stop him. I gotta come on with that. But the similarities there, too, because Clubber Lang was a real brutal fighter and was beating the crap out of him. They showed I remember one scene on Rocky, he punched the dude while he was on the ground, which I'm looking like, okay, he should be disqualified. But yeah, I think that's kind of the similarities there. He's a brutal fighter. He's probably like hitting on the brakes, fighting dirty. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be doing that. Hitting on the brakes, fighting dirty, hitting with his elbows or something, or headbutts, things like that, which a lot of boxers do anyway. It's kind of like the same thing in every sport. If the referee ain't looking, you kind of do a little a little cheap shot or whatever. Cool. All that's fine, but there's nothing I ain't seen before. And like I said, it's similar to Rocky 3. So let me watch a little bit more of this trailer.
Something is going on with you.
Damien was like family. Now we past talking.
Then maybe you just have to find him.
Do what I gotta do. Some of my methods you might disagree with me. These are family ties. I recognize mine. I know that they needed me. It's traumatic stress. Watch it manifest. Got my only fear. I ain't scared of death. Did you hear me yet? I ain't scared of death. Did you hear me yet? What you gonna do? Threaten to take my breath?
So it looked like Dame had the belt. I wouldn't be surprised if Creed retired and Dane got the belt, and then Creed came out of retirement just to fight him, which you didn't got to do. But and he feel like, Adonis feel like, well, it's my fault that he and her terrorizing everybody, so I gotta stop him. Which you don't have to, but okay. The story just looks so straightforward, man. Now, so in Rocky 3, Rocky was unmotivated, right? Mick died. I think they was gonna kind of do how Mick died and have Rocky die how Mick died, but I don't think Sylvester Stallone wanted to do that. So they just said he's in Canada visiting his son, because they made it that his son, Rocky Jr., did they ever say his son's name? Was it Rocky Jr.? I just remember he used to call him Kid. Like, he never said his name. He always called him Kid. He probably forgot his name. But he was in Canada. They just mentioned him, like, my son in Canada. Oh, I'm going to go see my son. So I guess he's trying to live in Canada with his son just to, his golden years. It's like, some people do that, they feel like, I only got a few years left. I didn't never talk to my son or my kid or whatever. So, and some people are like, hey, yeah, move over here with me. I've seen that, and that's touching, actually. So Rocky's out the equation. He didn't die, but he's no longer there. So I feel like that's a similarity of, getting rid of Rock the way they got rid of Mickey. But the whole thing was a lot of stuff Rocky was messed up about, and he wasn't motivated. And that's why when he was training with Apollo, please tell me, oh my God, they're gonna have Victor come in and train him like Apollo did Rocky. I don't see it. I don't like it. Anyway, Rocky wasn't motivated, and Adrian had to kind of talk him into it, And once she gave him a nice little speech and slapped him a few times, Adrian got real tough when she wanted to be. I noticed it. Like, damn, she was all mousy and shit, dude. But she need to get tough. She can get tough. But okay, so Adrian, talked him into fighting, and then he got motivated, and then that's when they started training like crazy. That's when the montage of them running on the sand. And I don't know what they were celebrating, I guess because Rocky actually beat him in the race. They started celebrating and slapping fires, and they had those short shorts on, those high socks. Very iconic scene. It's a very iconic scene from back in the day, but that's that's what happened. And I see similarities there. She's going to talk him into fighting, and I hope to God they don't have Victor train him like Apollo trained him, because Victor just don't have the presence of Apollo. No way. Of the way Carl Weathers played Apollo, which was pretty much supposed to be Muhammad Ali, there's no way Victor Drago could come in and be that character. Now, I know he can't be that character, but, to come in that space. He can't come in that space because he didn't have no personality. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it. So, I don't think they're going to do that. I heard he's going to be in here, though. They didn't show him in the trailer. I heard he's going to be in here, the guy who played Victor Drago in Creed 2. So, I don't know what they're going to do with that. But that's my whole thing, man. Looking at this whole plot, looking at that, I can see that being the problem. I mean, I can see that being the whole plot. And they showing Dame look like he looking kind of cocky here. Hold on, this is one scene where he look like they got the posters out there, and he kind of look like he kind of like showboating a little bit. Here it is. Hold on.
Do what I gotta do.
So it look like he's showboating a little bit, pointing to the little poster and all that stuff. And they say Battle for Los Angeles, so that's how they promoting it or whatever. But look like he's showboating a little bit.
Some of my methods you
Hold on, is that Victor right there?
might disagree with me. These are family
You know what?
ties. I
That was
recognize mine. I know
wasn't
that they
that
need
the dude he fought on
me.
the first?
Traumatic stress, watch it manifest. Got my
Tom
only
Jerry.
fear. I ain't scared of death. Did you hear me? Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I'm gonna tell you like this. I like the series, like Michael B. Jordan. I'm not crazy about the character of Adonis. I never was. I liked him on the first Creed, but second Creed, I didn't feel his struggle. And right now, I don't feel his struggle now. Like he take fights that he don't have to take, and they make it seem like it's so. So that's the thing about Rocky. Why everybody was behind Rocky? Rocky was an underdog. Rocky was somebody that everybody, like on the first Rocky, they used to disrespect him. They used to call him dumb. They used to, all the stuff, and he kind of brushed it off. And then he had this quiet moment with, I think it was with Adrian, where he was saying that, all the times I act like stuff don't bother me, it do sometimes. And I just want to show them one time that this dumb dude from Philly could do this, and you was on his side. And you wanted him to shut everybody up and show him, because, Apollo was a little disrespectful to him, like, yeah. They was like, what you think about Rocky? He said, Rocky cool, he Italian. So they said, what that mean? Well, that means if he can't fight, he's a hell of a cook, which was so messed up to say. And they was like, everybody's like, that don't bother you? Like, nah, it don't bother me, whatever. But it did. Point is, you was rooting for Rocky after that. After everybody was just piling on, you wanted that underdog to actually whoop their ass, But Adonis ain't never really been the underdog. You know what I'm saying? He always been. He got so much stuff. I just don't see. I don't feel like I'm rolling with him. He's got too much shit. He's got everything he wants. He's got a beautiful wife and kid. He's rich. He's got friends. He got people that care about him. It's like, where are you the underdog at? You already the champion. I don't see the struggle. So I don't know. I just can't relate to overcoming, because he already did, and whatever. So that's the whole thing about Adonis, man. I never related to Adonis, and when he was always brooding in the second Creed movie, it's like, why the hell are you so always brooding? He's always sad for no reason. It's like, why are you sad, dude? So I just didn't like the way he played that character, man. But we'll see. That's why I said I want to see what Dame do. I want to see what Dame bring to the table. I want to see what Dame. I want to be invested in Dame, because Adonis is not interested, and I know it's his story and his show, but he's not interested. I want to see. I want them to make Damian more interesting. I want them to make Damian. I want us to somewhat root for him, where at the end I'll feel conflicted on who I want to win that fight. If they just make him a bully, a loudmouth bully that's trying to take his girl, trying to disrespect people and hurt people and fight dirty, of course we want Adonis to beat him, and then he's gonna beat him, and that's just gonna be the end of it. You can't do that. If you do that, you're gonna be kind of cheating your fans, and if you do that, it's just like, oh, another movie. And then I'm not looking forward to 4, because as you told me, it's the same story. Maybe if Dame, maybe if Dame, I don't know if he's gonna go back to jail. I don't see him going back to jail, but like and it's another thing. These movies, you beat the dude, and then you never see him again. It's like the dude's still a boxer. You know, that's one loss. You know, like Clubber Lang. You know, he beat Clubber Lang in the rematch. They could get a rubber match. They could get that third match, or you know. So we never seen Clubber Lang again. Never mention him in nothing. You know, I would like them to at least mention Clubber Lang because this is basically his story. And mind you, Clubber Lang backstory was he got out of jail. He got out of jail and went pro, and that's where he come from. That's why Rocky never heard of him before because he was never in the fight circuit until a couple years after he got out of jail. He fought in jail and then went pro as soon as he got out of jail, and that was his backstory, which a lot of people don't know that. The movie never mentioned that, but they got a game, a Rocky game, and they talk about, and they show Clubber Lang Black's backstory where he was fighting in jail or whatever. And so, I mean, damn, that's similar. So that's a similar backstory right there. He got out of jail. He taunts Rocky. He get his title shot, beats Rocky, and then he, you know, fight. And oh my God, if they have him fight Dame, lose, and then beat him in a rematch, I am gonna be very upset. That'll be just like Rocky 3, and I hope they don't do that. I hope they don't do that. Let's see, man. I see a lot of similarities, and they could go that route. And if they bring in Victor to help him train, I'm gonna be kind of out. And not the fact that they don't even, not saying that won't make a decent story. It's just the fact that you gonna totally rip off the other movie and act like you didn't, like we seeing something new. Now they've been doing that with the Star Wars and the soft reboots. Like the first Creed was kind of supposed to be pretty much a soft reboot of Rocky. So they want to do Rocky 2 and Rocky 3. But I don't know. You gotta give me something different though. Maybe make it a draw. Maybe make that mug a draw. I mean, do we gotta see because we've seen it 6 times. And that's what I'm saying. This is in the Rocky universe. We saw Rocky do the unthinkable. He beat Ivan Drago. We thought he was a robot. I remember when I was a kid, so he must be a robot. We didn't know. You know, they used to make jokes about him being a robot, but we thought he was really a robot when we was a little kid watching the stuff. So Rocky beat a robot. Damn. You know. You know, we seen that. You know, Dame looks good, but he don't look unbeatable. They look about the same size, so they ain't like, you know. And that's another thing. I guess I should do a separate video. I need to see what the boxing choreography gonna look like, because it didn't look that impressive to me just on the trailer. I like the first one. They showed some good boxing scenes, but I need them to use more boxing techniques. You know, I know the movie all about the drama and whatever, but the boxing scenes have a good choreographer to do some real good, you know, scenes. So I've seen some movies that give you good fights, you know, and it don't look like some fake stage stuff. It looked like a real good boxing match. So, you know, let's see that too. So we'll see. All right, I'm going to wrap it up, man. Sorry I went on too long. That was just my breakdown for the trailer and the plot of Creed 3. I think it's going to be real similar to to Rocky 3. And they pretty much took Clubber Lang's story and put this Damien guy in there. And, you know, which is, you know, that'd be entertaining to watch, but that's not what I want. I want something new and different and fresh. That's why we coming into Creed. That's what Creed was supposed to be about, but it seems like they rehashing the old, you know, just Rocky series, and I don't like when they do that. So we'll see. Creed 3 coming out March 23rd, I think. March 3rd, coming out March 3rd, 2023. I'll be there, and I will have that review. And I think this is the first plot and trailer breakdown for this video because I couldn't find it. All right. All right. I am out of here. Thanks for checking me out. And please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so you get alerts anytime I post new videos or a live stream. All right. I'm out of here. Peace.